Hey YouTube, it's your girl Danique or D. Um, it has it has been a minute since I've been on here to upload a video. I think maybe like 2 months. But thanks to one of my subscribers, shout out to Armani for holding your girl responsible and accountable for being persistent in making my videos. Um, I want to take the time out to firstly say that I'm trying to switch my layout out with how I go about my videos. I don't want them to be too long, but I don't want them to be too short to where, it's like just enough. Um, I am doing it to where I am breaking them down by sections, and underneath each section, it'll be different episodes. The one that we're going to speak about today, the subject is going to be about relationships. More so this will be like episode one. Um, and this one will be titled Know Your Value, or Knowing Your Value. I um I want to say, like, subscribe, comment, leave a comment below. Any questions, any thoughts, comments, anything, you know what I'm saying? Talk to me. I'll talk to you back, I want us to be engaged. I want this to be like my community, like my YouTube tribe, my family, And anybody who comes across my video, it's because Most High led you to your girl. So obviously we're on the same type of wavelength, or we have the same type of thoughts, whatever it may be that Most High decided to put you put my channel on your algorithm, or for your for you page, or whatever it may be. So let's get right into it. Like I said, today's episode is going to be episode one, and that is going to be on knowing your value. So we're going to break it down to like the issue, my relation to it, to how I like my experience, and then we're going to do like a solution and a takeaway. And like I said, I want you guys to engage, leave a comment, like the video, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel, and just take this path with your girl. Okay, so the issue and the importance of knowing your value, whether you're in a relationship or not, situationship, whatever the case may be, is that when you don't know your value, other people can see your value, but if they know that you don't see it, they're not going to treat you accordingly. So if you don't know who you are, and you're allowing people to speak to you in any type of manner, treat you in any type of manner, not make time for you, whatever the case may be, then at times we have to make sure that we're setting boundaries, and um, just making sure that we're not allowing people to treat us lower than how we should be treated. Um, I know with myself that in a relationship, I tend to lose myself, and I become consumed in them, to where everything they need me to do something, I'm dropping things, and I'm assisting them, whatever the case may be, and I give too much of myself, and I don't receive it back. So I had a situationship to that um it was toxic. Toxic as hell. I ain't even gonna cap, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. It was toxic as hell. And I allowed somebody to treat me in a manner that I was not deserving to be treated. When we become consumed in our relationships and we start to lose ourselves, because your girl definitely lost herself a few times. And it took, because how we even started off was just like, it was like just it was a no go. But I knew Most High brought him onto my path for a reason, so I proceeded to go forward. And with it, it was all like fun in the beginning, and then it started to lose its momentum to where I would get calls every day and stuff like that, but he was not making time for me. And it's like in my spirit, I knew that he was entertaining other females in my dreams too, because your girl be dreaming up some dreams, okay? And so, and my intuition be intuitioning. So, put that all together, and you got yourself a Virgo. um, for real. But my mistake and where I had to take accountability was that I can see people for whom they are before I get to know them. I always tell people that your energy is met before you even open up your mouth to speak. So I'm already knowing what you are about, what you're on, stuff like that, your intentions. And I decided, knowing that, I ignored the red flags, which were there. And that was my mistake. That is where I went wrong. And I had to look back and take accountability, because I don't just try to put it all on the other individual. It's like, all right, Danique, what did you do to allow this to happen? Which was allowing him to be in my life when I knew he shouldn't have, But Most High does not waste anything that comes and happens. So it just got to a point to where I was being verbally and emotionally abused, to where it's like, it's like he was like a narcissist, like a mug, like the final boss at the end that you gotta defeat. You know what I'm saying? The big nigga with no neck, with the little suit. And so because he was seasoned, he was older than me. And so I give so freely of myself to people, like my love, anything. I'm a lover of people. I'm a lover of helping people. You know what I'm saying? One of my purposes is acts of service. I love being, you know what I'm saying, to serve other people, and I don't look for anything in return. But when it comes to relationships, I was pouring into them, but was not being poured back into. So I want to show you guys something, and I don't want anybody to be like, oh, because I showed you this, like, oh my God, you're gonna burn, and I don't want to hear all that, because it's okay. If you've played with playing cards, especially black people playing spades, a little fun fact for you: playing cards come from tarot cards. So all the four suits that are in a playing card are the same suits that are in tarot cards. Playing cards are derived from tarot cards. So I'm not doing a reading or anything like that. I just want to show you guys something as like a reference. Give me 1 second. I just want to show you guys an example of what is supposed to be happening in a relationship when you know your value and the other person knows that you know your value, and that they are treating you accordingly to your value. But if a guy realizes that you don't know your value, he knows that you're going to allow him to do whatever it is that he wants to do, and you're going to stick around. You know what I'm saying? When you know your value, you're not allowing anybody, a dude, to come in your life and to just try to play you like you're less than, or you're less than par. Like, that's not what we're going to do, okay? We're going to know our value. We're going to stand in our boundaries, and if people cross them or want to play with them, or try to even put their foot and tap at the line, we piecing up and piecing out. Don't nobody got time for that. So I'm going to show you guys this card. And like I said, I'm gonna show you and y'all gonna be okay. I promise you. So this is the Two of Cups. Here you see, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. A man and a woman. I think this is like the conduces or something like that. The medical sign for health. And that represents too like the medical staff, like or the staff that Moses has with the snake. But anywho, so you have this man and this woman, and they both have two cups. The cups in tarot cards represent water and the emotions and intuition, things like that, things of that nature. And those cups are represented by the signs Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So those 3 signs out of the 12 are considered to be water signs. So you have these 2 cups that you are exchanging between 2 people, but they're doing an equal give and take of I'm pouring into you, you're pouring into me type thing. You know what I'm saying? But she kind of like, hold on, sir, be cool, because we're gonna do this at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And so I believe that you should be doing a balance of equal give and take as far as pouring into each other. So if you know that you're going above and beyond to please your partner, they should be going above and beyond to please you as well. And if that's not happening, then you need to respectfully fall back, my love, male or female, masculine and feminine energies, because it's like at that point you just want to constantly take what I'm giving you, but you're not being reciprocal. You know what I'm saying? What Summer Walker say? You got to reciprocate, boo. You know what I'm saying? This ain't be no one-sided relationship. I'm pouring into you, so therefore you should be pouring into me, and we should be making that infinity symbol to where it's like that's that symbol of life. You know what I'm saying? It's a constant flow of even give and exchange. You know what I'm saying? And so also that leads me to this 6 of Pentacles card. The Pentacles represent earth signs, so that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And in this card, you have 6 Pentacles, and you see a man that has the scales that usually represents Libra, and like a symbolism of judgment and having good judgment of who to give to and when to give to that person. You know what I'm saying? And so if you don't have that good, clear judgment as far as, realizing that, hey, I'm doing too much and I'm not giving anything back, you then deplete yourself and you don't have anything to give to yourself within your cup. You know what I'm saying? You keep pouring into somebody else's cup that's constantly getting full and yours is getting empty. What does that then do to you? And your water can represent your spirit as well, you know what I'm saying? Because it holds memory. And so if we're not being careful of making sure that we have a good balance of the two, then you are only going to deplete yourself of what it is that is supposed to be meant for you. You know what I'm saying? Like a reservoir of, okay, I'm going to give this and then I'm going to have this set aside to where I have this just for me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to then it took for me, going back to the whole situation, it took for me to have to be belittled and talked down upon and bullied and all types of stuff for me to be like, hold up, who the fuck does he think he, you know what I'm saying, who you think you talking to? Like, I had to realize who Danique was in that moment, because it's like, I'm not no whack ass female. You know what I'm saying? I have a good head on my shoulders. I know where I'm going. Most High is with me and around me. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely one of those that you don't play about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I had to know who Danique was. That's when I found out who I was in that moment, to where it's like, all right, yeah, you got me fucked up, sir. Yep. You got me fucked up. You know, you're used to females that are, guys get, they pick and choose who they want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And they know a woman who knows their value ain't gonna be for no shit. So, or play for no games, none of that rigmarole, you know? So they like to pick girls' brains and see, especially the ones that, if we grew up without a father and stuff like that, it's like, oh, those are kind of like the ones that will allow you to treat them in any type of manner and they'll get away with it, you know? And when we are not realizing who we are as men and women and we let people walk all over us and treat us like we're gum underneath somebody's shoe, that only is doing something to us spiritually, to where now you are no longer confident in yourself and you're not remembering who you are. And so at that moment I had like a light bulb moment to where it's like, all right, I am and this is kind of what, let me find this other card, because I just want to show you guys an example too of what it looks like to pour into yourself. Oh, here it is. This is the Temperance card. And this is like my Earth Angel card. And in this card, it shows this Earth Angel, but you see that one foot is in the water and the other foot is on the land or on Earth. And this angel has 2 cups, but the water is, being poured into like kind of like the infinity symbol. You know what I'm saying? It's a constant give and a give and take type thing, to where I'm feeling giving, but I'm also receiving. So this represents, the foot in the water represents being connected to spirit, and the foot on the earth represents being connected to earth. You know what I'm saying? Being grounded. And when you're pouring into yourself, and you see that this path right here too, it leads to the sun. You know what I'm saying? To your enlightenment, being enlightened. Just like Tim said, can't you see me on the edge? I'm enlightened. And that represents the Fool card, to where you're just having a new outlook on life. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like when you're pouring into yourself and you're allowing others to pour into you, you're creating a balance to where you are leveling out the playing field. You can't be up here and then have your other one down here, you know what I'm saying, or vice versa. It has to be an equal give and take, as above, so below type thing. People are like, oh, that's evil, but it's not. It's as in heaven as will be on earth. That's the whole manifestation thing, bringing your spiritual gifts or whatever you have in the spiritual realm down to earth into the material realm. And so I just feel like a solution to knowing your value would be to setting boundaries with people. And if they cross your boundaries, and you know what I'm saying, whatever consequences that you have for crossing certain boundaries, then apply them. But you have to know who you are, within yourself. And like I said, he dated females that still would mess with him or deal with him to this day, regardless of how he treated them. And it's like, you knew how I felt about you and things of that nature, and yet the results of what happened transpired. So it's like, you just have to not ignore red flags. If you know that somebody is probably not a good match or is toxic or whatever the case may be, apply it to how it will resonate or you see fit in your life, and just know that that's not love. Like, you should walk away at that point. Don't ignore red flags. Don't ignore your intuition. If somebody shows you who they are one time, trust and believe that's who they are. Don't make excuses for them. Let somebody show you their truth. Especially like just how they have that phrase when it says, a drunk man speaks sober thoughts, or something of that nature. Drunk people speak the truth. They speak from the heart and how they truly feel about you, especially out of anger too. So it's like, you have to pay attention to stuff like that. And if you don't feel safe, or your spirit is not at rest, or you feel like you have to go through somebody's phone and do all that extra stuff, that just shows that you don't trust that person, and you should just go about your business. sir or ma'am. You know what I'm saying? And so I would say that we have to go within ourselves to know who we truly are so that we can value ourselves as an individual so that other people will value us. Because when we know our value, other people will see our value. They'll have no choice but to, because you better come correct or you better get your butt up on my way. You know what I'm saying? And so this is too like the Hermit, which represents Virgo. Virgos have a deep introspection to where we go within our inside ourselves. So you see him standing on the edge with his staff, and he's looking down, but he has his light that is going to light his path in the darkness that he may face with going inside and doing that shadow work and seeing why we're still triggered by people and things and hearing people's names or situations or whatever the case may be. Like I said, apply it how it resonates or how you see fit. So always know your value. Always know who you are. Don't let anyone treat you like you are gum underneath somebody's shoe, whatever the case may be. And walk in your value and in your power. And don't make people, if they don't respect you, then you need to just, you know what I'm saying, go on the other way and not be so keen on trying to keep people around because you don't want to be alone. And I get that. I've been there. But it didn't serve me any justice, and I was only doing myself a disservice, you know? So with that being said, that is the end of episode 1. Like, comment, subscribe, give me some feedback if you guys relate to the situation, any questions or comments. Talk to me. Your girl's gonna talk back. Ayy, your girl's gonna talk back. Now let me stop playing with y'all. All right, y'all have a blessed day. Peace.